Okay, it's recording.
Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
we'll start again with what can you tell us about a little bit about Service Shraddha, and how do you focus a lot on educating women and children around value-add topics?
Okay, so as I was saying that they don't get the proper upbringing which we get from the parents, usually parents,
Yeah.
then we have schools and then we have friends. These are the three major things from where learns values, right?
Mm.
But schools, they also they teach the academic education, but the values they should get from the parents, I don't think so they get it, but just because they, as I said, the alcoholic, abusive, and everything. So I wanted to break that pattern, what is going on since throughout their life, and I just want to bring in little positivity, little dream to them, and values, friendships, morals in themselves. So that's what I'm trying to do it. So it's been a year. We have, or right, currently we have benefited more than 1,000 people, including women and children.
Wow.
And with our various project, various programs, activities, they are beneficiaries of that. And currently we are, with that value education, we are giving them extra curricular activities, which is like sports training and the dance training. So they could spend their free time not doing or listening to their mom dad's fight, but
That's
the
so
time,
good. Yeah.
yes, their health, their mind, and everything.
That is so thoughtful. I think it is necessary, and
Mm.
especially for people who are deprived of all these privileges. I think it's more necessary for these kind of women and children to gain that access to
Mhm.
these proper values and education. So my topic basically is revolving around women, Shraddha. Like I mentioned, I'm doing a project on menstruation taboos. So have you like obviously you stay in India, Mumbai, and I'm sure like you must be aware that women are often subjected to menstruation taboos of not touching food or not bathing, and it affects female hygiene in a way. So what do you think is the reason, and do you think that it's needed, or is it's ingrained in the mindset of people, or do you think that we should be moving up past it, or we should be still adhering to it? What are your thoughts around it?
So basically, your question is about the taboo you face in India, and we
Mm.
have that untouchable thing that when
Yeah,
you're in period, you should not touch about.
touch.
Okay,
Yes.
so yes. So bathing and all, I don't think so. Is that exist? We can
Yeah.
bath, you can take bath,
Yes.
but the hygiene, about the hygiene, I would say almost not almost. If you see the rural, if you talk about whole India, then it comes to in the villages and all the rural area, we can say there is a bit less access of sanitary napkin,
Right.
but yes, and people are working on it, but yeah, they still use the cloth, and which is very harmful for them, which
Mhm.
leads to various disease and the cancer. But in Mumbai, I would say we take through Service Shraddha also, we take the personal hygiene programs.
Mm.
So we make them aware of how you should use always a sanitary napkin. But in Mumbai, what I have found that in every school they teach their kid, the
To have.
student, that you should use sanitary pad, and we have pretty much access in Mumbai, that they use sanitary napkin. And about the hygiene, yeah, we also try to give them. I think so. We lack in that part, like how to keep ourselves, because it's taboo, we don't talk about it. And friends also, like
Ah,
girls
right.
also don't, we don't just share what we feel, how our bleeding is thick, it's black, or it's which is, so
Yeah.
that could we can figure out what we are going through. So
Right.
that leads to the biggest disease in later. And then what about the untouchability thing you're talking about? In Mumbai, I rarely see that, but yeah, in village and rural area, there are still believing that There are some beliefs that you can't touch if you're in period for
Or
5 days,
something bad might happen. Yeah.
and then you can't go to the temple, and you can't touch the food, you can't cook the food, because
Yeah,
it
right.
it is kind of I what we say that you can't just do that, it will be bad for the
Yeah.
religious point of
Ill
view.
faith, some ill faith
Yeah.
attached to it. Yeah.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah, this exists in India, I believe, and we have to, come overcome to it.
Somehow, yes. Also, I think most of it begins with awareness, because there is a certain taboo that I think that coming from Mumbai, people are still not comfortable talking about it. Uh, Girls are still not comfortable talking about it, and it is high time that we need to start talking about it, so that it's not a topic of conservative topic anymore. And there is one more thing. Do you think that I wanted to really know your views, like you say that we have education access, but not education doesn't really cover all these parts. Do you think that our government and education system can maybe do a little more to break this period taboo, to break talking about this? I've known in my school, like literally the chapter has been skipped by the teacher
So,
because
yeah.
yeah, the teacher wasn't really comfortable to explain it. But do you really think that we can do a little more there?
Of course, we should do it. We are already actually doing it, like with various policies. We are making, in rural area also. We just the government is like providing. We as an Indian, I'm saying that our government is providing
Right.
this is sanitary pad and the awareness program they are taking. But the teachers, where I believe, as you said, the teacher, we have in our policy, in our chapter, in our syllabus,
It's
there
there.
is a chapter. So
Yes.
it's not that from up, it's not coming, it's
It's not
coming to us.
coming.
It's coming from there, but in middle, where you can say the
Gets
teachers
blocked.
is, yeah, we are lacking into that. Not they are not teaching us properly. They themselves are not so comfortable telling us
Yes.
ki what is it exactly
Right.
nowadays. And skip to again to Mumbai, if you're talking about Mumbai specifically. So we are so much, we are using so much social media nowadays, especially Instagram. So I have subscribed few channels
Mm.
that shows everything about periods, everything
Right.
about
Even
your personal
I do.
hygiene.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think so these kind of channel should be, people should
Promoted.
looking
Yeah.
promoted, and girls should be showing that, and seeing that more,
Right.
I believe. And education system also, we need to be open up about it and just talk about it. If it is
Absolutely.
a boy school also, it's not about, it's should say it only in girls school. If it is boy girls school, then also you
I know.
should say it freely.
In fact, my target audience is also secondarily towards the men's, because it is necessary for them to understand too that it is okay to talk about all these stuff.
Hmm.
And I think my last question to you today would be, do you think that, so while researching about this, I just got to know that Spain already has a policy in place wherein they have made period leaves. Do you think that
Mm-hmm.
we should also, and I know like even in Australia, in India, like there are girls who are like filing petitions, fighting for like, period leaves to be granted by the government or by the employers or the governing world. Do you really think that we need something relating to period leaves in place?
If as a girl, hell yes, because I'm having like PCOD, and
Same, yeah.
then so that how we go through when we get the our period. Like we get in like in months, like after 2 3 months,
Yes.
and whenever we get it, it's so much
Killing.
pain that even couldn't wake up that during that, and we can't explain this to anyone.
Right.
So I think so we should have that at least at least 5 days leave in a month.
Exactly. At least some policies that would help women, to
But
adjust.
if we are getting that, that is another part I would like to just say. It should, we should get that privilege, not we can say privilege, that
But yeah,
thing that is in our this. And then, but we also should use it appropriately, and
correct.
that I think everybody will use it. I don't think so anybody will skip the work, and we won't
True.
just say that 5 days I'm not well, and then I don't think so anybody will do that. So we should get that.
Yeah, at least some policy, some relaxation, like wherever work from home is possible, or something that could outline a policy for women during these days, because I think it's high time that it needs to be there in place.
Yes, it should be.
Okay, I think that was all, Shraddha, that I needed from you, and I thank you so much to join me. Yeah, I'll stop the recording now.